Good morning, you're Antoine Dill.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Dill, you were previously in court and entered pleas of true to counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in a motion to revoke your unadjudicated probation. On probation for the second-degree felony offense of burglary of a habitation, placed on probation. I think the dates in this updated report are, I must be wrong. It says on May 8th, 2025, he met with the high needs officer for the initial visit. Should that be May 2024?
Yes.
Okay, all right, just want to make sure. So placed on probation back in April of 2024 for that offense. The allegations, failure to report, failure to work, testing positive, that didn't do the theft prevention class, behind in fees, and behind in restitution. There was no agreement, is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
Mr., and I've received an updated pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
We have, Judge.
Any additions or corrections to that report?
Nothing from the defense, Judge.
How can you say it other than Ms. Court has any addition?
Okay.
I would like to hear from.
Thank you, ma'am. Go ahead, Mr. Lewis.
Judge, this situation, from talking with my client as well as members of his family, is definitely one that this substance abuse issue is something that he definitely needs to address. He's willing to, he understands that that's, definitely been in his way as far as definitely trying to complete this probation successfully. I would also like to add to that after speaking with him and with some of his family members that I don't believe he was on any type of mental health or any type of conditions dealing with his probation.
He was
I know it's
high needs.
Because from talking with him, there's definitely some things he has gone through in his past that I think affect him and are triggers for him. And I believe that, if he's able to get that type of help, to help with that, I think that would definitely help with the substance abuse issue. I believe there are vehicles available through community supervision that can address that. He's more than willing to accept that help at this point, understands he needs it. I know it looks like the recommendation in the updated PSI from probation is for ISF. It's something that they would recommend. He's more than willing to comply with that and try to work with that as much as possible. If there is anything that's available that has some type of aftercare or anything, he's more than willing to do that as well. Especially, like I was saying, as far as, any treatment he can get as far as, that would definitely help with some of the traumatic things he's gone through in his past. I think that would definitely help with the substance abuse issue going forward for him, Judge.
Okay, and the recommendation isn't necessarily ISF, it's if I were to continue,
right.
but the recommendation sounds like they've exhausted all efforts that, anyway, Ms. Smolfino?
Judge, I certainly respect all the efforts that Ms. Court has put into this defendant, and I don't ever like to overstep what the recommendation of the probation department is with respect to trying to help a probationer, but my read of it is that it's probably time for revocation, but I certainly would defer to what you all.
Well, it sounds like that's the recommendation of probation as well, really. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I mean, sure, go
Can I
ahead.
please speak? I have made a lot of mistakes in my life. I really have. But I beg you, Your Honor, please give me another chance. And
But you begged me when you were here before.
Yes, ma'am. And I got out, and the second day I was back on the streets. I did not have a plan for my life outside of just getting free. I met with the ASAP team, and they really gave me a lot of inspiration, a lot of hope, so that I can change my life. Granted, Ms. Cord has done an amazing job as my supervisor, and I apologize to her profusely, but I am not someone who wants to waste away in a jail cell. I
Well,
am someone
so
who wants to.
here's the thing, Mr. Deal. When I looked back at your original pre-sentence report,
Yes, ma'am.
there wasn't an agreement in that case. It was a cap. And the reason for that cap is because you already have felony criminal history.
Yes, ma'am.
You've already had 2 felony probations that were both revoked.
Yes.
And then I gave you probation again because you stood there and did just what you're doing right now. You saying the words,
Please.
you
give me-
stop,
Yes,
you need to
ma'am.
stop because it's not gonna get any better,
Yes, ma'am.
okay?
Yes, ma'am.
By what you can say. I appreciate that you probably would like to do what you're saying,
Yes, ma'am.
but you've been given every opportunity. Probation's worked with you. Again, those felony probation revocations, one was in 19, one was in 2021. It's not like they were a long time ago. You've been given every opportunity on probations now 3 times. 3 times. And she worked with, when I'm reading through this pre-sentence report, Ms. Core tried to contact you, she tried to
I didn't
reschedule.
have a phone. I was
She-
just texting her. I was homeless. I have been homeless a lot of my life.
But that's what probation's for, is to help you. You have to go to probation. You can't keep using those things as an excuse.
ma'am.
All right, so I'm going to find that you entered your pleas of true to counts 1 through 6 freely and voluntarily.
Yes, ma'am.
Find those counts true. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time, find you guilty of burglary of a habitation.
Yes, ma'am.
Going to sentence you to a term of 5 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. I'm going to hand you the trial court certification. I need you to sign that with Mr. Lewis. It shows that this was not an agreement, so you do have some limited rights to appeal. I'm also handing you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. Because of the judgment entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. Firearm is a legal term, and you should read that written admonishment I provide you to see what devices qualify as a firearm. If you have questions about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or about how long that lasts, you can talk to Mr. Lewis.
Yes, ma'am.
I understand this isn't what you want. Take advantage of it, and when you get out, take advantage of opportunities in the community, because there are some that can help you.
Thank you.
All right, you
And
go
I
back
wanna
with
say one last thing to you, Judge. I will change my life.
I hope so,
I
for
will.
you.
For me.
Yeah, I hope so. I really
Yes, ma'am.
truly do.
Yes,
All right, sign that document, please, sir. Good morning, sir. Are you Esker Boykin?
Yes, ma'am.
And will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
You will, Your Honor.
Mr. Boykin, in cause number 25, DCCR 0351, the state has elected to proceed on the lesser included offense of a Class A misdemeanor assault from March 5th of 2025. And how do you plead to that charge?
No contest.
Are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed those documents on the computer, did you go over them with Mr. Parker?
It's that paper, computer we went over.
Yeah.
And do you understand what you signed with him?
Not all like clear set in my mind, but
Okay. Well, do you understand that if I follow this agreement that you've made, which is for a 2-year deferred probation, that you wouldn't be able to change your mind later?
yeah.
Okay? And you understand that the agreement that you've
What
reached,
is probation? It's
So-
my first time
It's flex.
criminal. Nice as a criminal.
so,
I
pro-
up as a criminal.
All right.
It's affected this all.
right, understand, Mr. Parker.
Last I know, I was in jail and I blacked out. The next thing I know, I'm in the hospital.
Okay,
I go to Spindle Top now.
I understand. I need to make sure.
I've explained to him, Judge, that the required probation, he'd have to report once a month. He has some fines and fees that we go with that. There's no fine, there's just the court costs.
Probation is where you have a supervision officer that makes sure you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing. Community.
Like what?
Not get in trouble.
In trouble for what?
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to reset the case, Mr. Boykin. I'm gonna have a doctor come visit with you to make sure you understand everything that's going on before we go forward, okay? So when they come out to the jail or visit with you online, you need to make sure and visit with them, answer all their questions.
Sit in jail?
Yes, sir. I gotta make sure,
Jesus Christ, no.
I gotta make sure you understand everything that's going
That's
on.
my first time blacking out like that. I was in jail and I
Okay.
didn't get fed. I was naked
Okay,
and I blacked out.
we're gonna go back with the
That's my
bailiff.
first time I was doing anything like this.
We're
man.
gonna make sure you can go back with the bailiff. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I do have.
I'm gonna delete that paperwork.
I mean, it's weird, because you can talk to him and they'll be fine, and then he
I know.
does that, and then I'm like, look, he wants to go, I'm like, look, explain.
I know, I'm sure. I'm sure.